Hi, everybody. Reese Davis with you, bringing you the EA Sports NCAA Football 14 pregame show presented by Nissan. Innovation that excites. Explosive plays. That's a catchphrase for coaches all over the country, and both of these teams are certainly capable of getting them in bunches. They love to throw the football down the field, so you better buckle up. And the secondaries better buckle those chin straps. They're in for a long day. That's going to do it for us here on the pregame show. NCAA Football 14 action coming at you right now. Brad Nessler and Kirk Herbstreit.
No college football season's complete without a stop here. Our game's coming to you from Notre Dame Stadium, home of the Fighting Irish. It's time for the coin toss now, presented by Coke Zero. Real Coke taste, 0 calories. Enjoy everything. Florida State is lined up for the opening kickoff, so here we go. Excellent kick. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
Brad, I can remember the year that this young man enjoyed last year. Has everybody buzzing about the kind of season he can have this year.
Now the offense gets ready to take their first crack at it. Gives it to the back. Tackle around the 40-yard line. Notre Dame's got a kid who is playing fantastic this year, and he's garnering national attention. You sit down with this kid, he's very special. There's really no surprise he's among the nation's elite right now. First and 10. Ball on the 40-yard line. He's at midfield. Keeps his eye on it. Makes the catch. And down he goes. Right around the 36-yard line.
Boy, when you can rely on your tight end to move the chains, you got a big-time advantage over any defense.
From the 36-yard line. First down. Takes it right. He can't get back to the line of scrimmage.
Well, I think calling the plays, you've got to be aware of this guy. He's making too many plays. And when he's that close to the line of scrimmage, defending the run, not allowing your running back to even get up to the line of scrimmage, you've got to do something to make him pay for that. If he's going to cheat up to the line of scrimmage, if you're calling the plays, listen up. This is a great time to go play action and try to throw the ball right over top of his head.
Tackle made at about the 37-yard line. Comes away with 2 yards on the carry. From the 37-yard line, third down. They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. Somebody jumped early down there.
False start, offense.
They'll line up for another third down play because of the penalty.
Well, here you're in a third down situation, and then someone makes a mental mistake. It makes your blood boil if you're a coach.
You like that? You like that?
Here's the screen to the wideout. He's at the 30. Here he goes. He's at the 20. Touchdown! Huge play. And he adds the extra point. Let's check in with Reese Davis in the studio.
What's going on over in the ACC? This one was tight.
Notre Dame gets set to kick this one away. Nice kick, plenty of distance. He's to the 10. He's tackled at the 17. The quarterback brings his troops out onto the field for the first drive of the game.
That's just great timing by the defensive end to see the quarterback passing and get his arms in the way of the ball.
Second down and 10 to go. Ball on their own 17. Nice pitch and catch for the first down. Brought down at the 40-yard line.
First down.
Caught by the sophomore. He's tackled at the 46.
There's very good chemistry between these two. They like to run through all their routes before the game. And I have to say, they look sharp before this one even started.
From the 46-yard line, it's first down.
Great job by the defense at getting after that quarterback. And right now, I think they've got him with some happy feet. He appears to be a bit rattled.
And he makes it out to about the 44-yard line. Third down now, and they need to get it down to the 36. Listen to this place. Going deep. Swatted away.
It's an intelligent play by the defender. All you have to do sometimes is get your hand on the ball.
This is kind of a surprising call right here by the coach. This is an obvious punting situation. The receiver's brought down before he can get there. I wonder why they went for it there.
Yeah, me too. It's still early in the game to have to gamble like that. You have to question the play calling there. That puts a lot of pressure now on their defense.
The offense will be hoping they can move the ball as well as they did on their last drive.
I love to watch a quarterback when he can really get into sync with his wide receivers. These guys have worked all week on their preparation to attack this defense, and right now it's really paying off.
And he's tackled at the 44. Second and 5. Ball on their own 44. Notre Dame is up 7. Tackle after a decent run up the gut.
That makes it first and 10.
He's at the 40. He makes his way to about the 32. From the 32-yard line, first down. taken down around the 37-yard line. Notre Dame's loaded, and they've got one of their key players back again this year. That always helps when you got veteran leadership, Herbie, and it really helps when they're as talented as this guy is.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53.
Throws, and that one's going to hit the ground, incomplete.
How did he drop that? The defender did everything that he needs to do. He read the play perfectly. He stepped up, and what does he do? He drops the interception. Boy, the offense caught a break there.
Third down now, and they need to get it to the 22. Here comes the pressure. Completes it across the middle. They'll bring him down at about the 19-yard line. Fires quickly, and they got it. Touchdown. He splits the uprights with the extra point. A nice 7-play, 62-yard drive, and they put up 7 points.
Brad, I thought the offense did a really nice job of mixing up the play calling on that drive. I thought the defense was on its heels most of the drive because of the versatility of the offense.
He's to the 10. Gets to about the 17-yard line. It's not quite a blowout, but unless they do something here, it might turn into one. Fires that quickly, incomplete.
Williams continuing to see that makes it 2nd and 10. Williams is in at quarterback.
From their own 17-yard line. 2nd down. Well, as they take a look at that injury on the sideline, let's see what this backup can do at quarterback. Pulls it in, and that's a 1st down.
He is such a reliable target. You throw it anywhere near him, and this guy's going to get his hands on it and make a catch.
The Seminoles quarterback down there on the sideline, and Kirk, you and I talked to him earlier this week, and he is really the main cog in this offense. Doesn't look like he's in that much pain right now. They need him back on the field before this one's over. Loss of 3.
Not much going on there. Those kind of plays will not work against this defense. You can be sure of that.
Second and 13. Ball on the 30-yard line. Going deep, lays it out there. They knock it down, incomplete.
That'll make it 3rd and 13.
They come out in a 5-wide set. And they make the stop, the 47-yard line.
Boy, this is just outstanding execution by the quarterback and the wide receiver. I mean, you look at that throw and you think, oh my gosh, what are you doing? You're throwing that into coverage. But only he knows the confidence that he has in his wide receiver to have the ability to come down with the football for that 1st down. That's big time there between the quarterback and the wide receiver.
Hit on the throw, he caught it, and he's taken down around the 34-yard line.
13 brings him down at the 34-yard line. 1st down.
From the 34-yard line. 1st down. And here's a quick throw. He hauls it in and gets out of bounds. So on 1st down, they go to the air and pick up huge yardage.
Well, that was just a well-executed play. They picked a perfect time to stretch the defense with a passing play, and it worked.
And this is the 8th play of the drive. Touchdown, FSU! He makes the PAT. Florida State ready to kick this one off.
Number 32.
Sends it sailing downfield. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Notre Dame's got a great offensive game plan in this one.
Well, they are off to a great start. And sometimes you lose your focus when you start this fast. I think a challenge for them is just to maintain what they've done up to this point and keep their foot on the accelerator.
These guys came up with a touchdown on their last drive, and they'll be hoping for another 6 on the board here.
You know, when this defense went over to the sideline based on the way they've been playing so far, this defense coordinator's got to be livid. He's got to get in their face. He's got to challenge them. He's got to get their emotions going, because when you play defense, it's not just about X's and O's. It's about attitude and playing with a lot of confidence.
From their own 25-yard line, it's second down. Notre Dame is up by a touchdown. He's scrambling. Decides to tuck it in, and he's got space. Tackle at the 36-yard line.
Hey, sometimes the defense does everything right, and they still lose. That time they had tight coverage, which left no options other than for the quarterback to take off.
He tackles him for a loss.
Good job by the defense to overpower the offensive line and drop the back for a loss.
Second down, about 12 yards to go. Ball on the 33-yard line.
Check 13. Check 13.
Going right to his tailback. And down he goes around the 35-yard line. So it's complete, but they didn't get much there.
And that's because the defense was just waiting on it, and they attacked. The quarterback should have found somebody else downfield.
25. Check 25. Check 25.
Stays in bounds to make a nice catch. From midfield, it's first down. Gets out to around the 35. An exciting first quarter comes to an end. 14-7, Notre Dame. And we welcome you back to the action here, just about set to start the second quarter. Notre Dame up 7 points. Throws it in a hurry. And he is drilled at the 22-yard line.
This passing game can be very effective if you don't get enough pressure on the quarterback. They use their personnel well and can be very tough to defend.
From the 22-yard line. First down. Throws complete, and he's hit right away.
That'll make it second and 4.
We're at play number 9 of this current drive. He's going to try and scramble. Slides down to the ground. Here's play number 10 on the drive. Zips it to his receiver. Touchdown. And he converts the extra point. So a 10-play, 77-yard drive. And the result, 7 points.
Brad, I thought that was a textbook drive. I thought they did a really good job of showing balance, mixing the play calling with the run and the pass. Just an overall well-executed touchdown drive.
The Seminoles lineman coming off the field with an injury. He's a tough character down there, and I would imagine he's going to be back in this ball game before it's over. He's to the 10. And he's taken down at the 15.
Boy, this is turning into a shootout here. Now, remember, the last time we saw this offense out in the field, they answered the bell and scored a touchdown. Can they do that now a second time?
You think about the challenges these two teams are facing. On one side, you've got to find a way to keep building on your lead. And on the other side, you've got to find a way to get back in it. Gets it out to his receiver in a hurry. Tackle made at the 23-yard line.
That makes it 2nd and 2.
So it's 2nd down and about 2 yards to go.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Robinson gets the call. He makes it to the 25-yard line. A yard, maybe 2 on the carry.
That corner did a great job there containing the outside and not allowing the ball to get by him. That showed good discipline by this defense.
This crowd can really be intimidating for an opposing team. They keep it on the ground, and a great tackle right there.
Loss of 3 yards on that. That brings us 4th and 3.
Burke back to return it. He hits a low one there.
That ball wasn't in the air very long, but it got a really good bounce to tack on some extra yards.
It was a pretty one-sided first quarter, but I wouldn't be surprised if things changed in a big way before halftime. The Seminoles had one of their key guys go down earlier, but it looks like he might be able to return. Brought down after a nice run up the middle. 6 yards there on the counter.
That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first.
Check 50, check 50. Check, go.
Gets it. He's in space. He's out of bounds around the 44-yard line. Here's a run. Tackled for a loss. The halfback just couldn't get back to the line of scrimmage. Loss of 1.
That'll bring up 2nd and 11.
Second and 11 coming up now. Ball on the 43.
36.
Up the middle for a nice gain.
Gain of 7 on the play. 3rd down.
Let's go, let's go. Hey, we got Mike, number 53. Mike 53. Go.
He's looking for 6. He came down with it. Touchdown. And for Dukes, He catches his second scoring pass.
The quarterback knew exactly where to put the pass, and the receiver went out there and made the grab. Good communication there.
And he hits the PAT. A 5-play, 77-yard drive, and they come away with 7 points.
Brad, I thought the offense did a really nice job of mixing up the play calling on that drive. I thought the defense was on its heels most of the drive because of the versatility of the offense.
So the score now, 28-7. He's to the 20. Brought down at the 30. Things are on the verge of getting out of hand before we even hit the half. These next few drives are going to go a long way in determining what kind of game this will end up being. He's on the run. He's got the corner. And now he's got room to run. He's knocked out of bounds around the 38-yard line. Well, they didn't get the first down, but it was still a pretty good run by the quarterback.
He made a good decision to take off there.
It's second down, and they're about 2 yards away from the sticks. And he carries the ball for a nice gain.
That's good for a gain of 5 yards. That makes it first and 10.
Gets the ball here and brought down in the backfield.
Well, he's known for locking down receivers, but that doesn't mean he won't come up and lay the lumber on the ball carrier.
So it's second and 13. Ball on the 40. And he hits him hard at the 31-yard line. Quarterback in the gun, empty backfield, 5 wide receivers in the formation. Going deep. And he's tackled around the 18-yard line.
It definitely put them in better field position. And I just have a feeling that they're going to punch it into the end zone on this drive.
Now it's first and 10 after the big pass play. To the receiver, and he's got it again. And he's level at the 4.
I tell you what, this defense better start to get pressure on the quarterback. They're giving him way too much time back there to throw the football.
The short yardage defense here. Tackled after a decent pickup. And this play is number 8 on the drive. Touchdown, Florida State. And he adds the extra point. Florida State is lining up to kick this one off. He really got a hold of that kick. And they can forget about returning this one. Rice's play so far, Kirk, is really what we expected. I mean, I don't think we're shocked at all at how well he's playing right now.
Isn't it fun when a plan comes together for an offense?
Exactly.
I mean, speaking as a quarterback, I mean, this guy has really gone out there and executed this plan. Now, there's still a whole nother half to go, but up to this point, he's made good decisions, he's taking care of the football, and he's leading this team. And that's really all you can ask for.
So an empty backfield with 5 wide receivers. He makes the catch and has a first down. He's to the 40. He's taken down at midfield. That'll push him over the 100-yard mark in receiving.
You know, if you were to ask this defense, who wants to cover this guy, I bet you nobody's going to raise their hand because this receiver is embarrassing them.
And there's still a lot of ball game to play, fellas. We've got a 1st and 10. Ball on the 50. They'll bring him down at the 40. Notre Dame's going to have to use their 2nd timeout of the half. He lets it go. And a nice catch there before he stepped out of bounds. First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 20-yard line. Hands it to the back. And they push him out at about the 15-yard line.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
5 wide. Complete, brought down, nothing doing.
Makes the reception.
So the defense has had enough of the no huddle as they call a timeout. The screen pass goes nowhere.
Well, you got to take your hat off to the defense. All week they preached over and over again how they were not going to let this kid use his speed in the open field, and they really shut him down that time.
Scrambling around. No one open, so he's going to run. Nice move, and he scores. He splits the uprights with the extra point. So that's a 6-play, 75-yard drive, and it's good for 7 points. They line up to kick this one away. Excellent kick. He's to the 10.
Boy, the 2 offensive coordinators have to be loving this. In fact, you can look over at our booth next to us and see how much they're enjoying it with a big smile on their face. The defensive coordinators, on the other hand, might be looking for a pink slip on Monday.
Their last drive ended with a touchdown. Let's see what happens on this possession.
This offensive coordinator's got to be feeling so good about the execution that he's seeing from his quarterback and his wide receiver. Because, again, they put so much time into trying to put a plan together, and to be able to see that actually come into play makes you feel pretty good as a play caller.
That makes it 1st and 10.
4 down. Mike 56. Mike 56. Kill. You know.
He's hit and taken down. The Seminoles are going to call their 2nd timeout.
I think the quarterback there really sensed the pressure was coming. He did a nice job of being able to avoid the pressure, still keep his focus and vision downfield, and made the good throw for the 1st down.
1st and 10. Ball on the 29.
Mike 56.
In the shotgun and 5 wideouts. Quick pass, intercepted. And he tackles him hard at the 24-yard line. Brought down at the 33-yard line. Well, we played a half of football. Notre Dame's got a 3-touchdown advantage. Welcome back, everybody. 2nd half action about to begin. Nice kick, plenty of distance. He's to the 10. He's tackled at the 15-yard line. There's got to be some sense of urgency to this offense right now. They don't have the luxury of wasting drives if they want to get back in the game. He heaves it deep. And he's got it to the 20. He's tackled at the 14-yard line.
Gain of 71 yards. First down.
Here they come. Rolls right. Quick throw, incomplete. Wanted his receiver.
Brad, I just think this quarterback's got to do a much better job of being able to read that defense and make quicker decisions. And especially when the defense starts to get pressure, you've got to either get rid of that football or check it down or take off and run with it.
It's 2nd and 10. Ball on the 14. He scrambles. Runs with it, and he's got room. Touchdown, and it ain't over yet. He makes the PAT. And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. He just drills this one. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Both sides have made their way back out, and we're just about set to get going again.
Check 31. Check. Down.
He's scrambling. And down he goes at the 31.
Gain of 6 yards. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
They're about 4 yards away here on 2nd down. And they make the stop around the 34-yard line.
Gain of 3 yards. That'll make it 3rd and 1.
Man left, man left.
He tackles him for a loss. Where in the world was he going on that run?
Well, that's a good question. I thought for a while he got his directions messed up.
Corbett is the deep man, awaiting the return. Booming kick. He goes out of bounds around the 4-yard line. And what a game it's been for this quarterback, Kirk.
Well, it's been fun to watch him because he's doing everything you want to see in a quarterback. He's making the right read. He's getting the ball out of his hands on time. And it's giving his receivers a chance to make the play and get upfield. And he's also been able to keep this defense honest with his ability to run the football. The quarterback did a really good job in the last drive of finding his receivers in space. And I bet he'll be looking to do the same thing again.
Setting up blockers, or running backs got it on the screen. Tackle made at the 30-yard line.
Gain of 26 yards. That makes it 1st and 10.
Mike 56.
Gets out to around the 38.
Gain of 8 yards. That makes it 2nd and 2.
So it's 2nd down and about 2 yards to go.
4 down. Mike 56. Mike 56.
And he's taken down at about the 47-yard line.
That's a gain of 15 on the play. First down.
Tight end left, tight end left. Four down. Mike 56, Mike 56. Brandon.
Down. You nine. Kill.
Going deep, lays it out there. Intercepted. It's the junior corner.
I just don't think he saw the defender, and he threw the ball right at him. That's what happens when you focus on one guy. You get tunnel vision.
1st and 10. Ball on their own 28. Pulls it in, and he's in the open field.
That was a really nice play on the ball by the receiver for a substantial gain and a first down.
Throws it in a hurry. Touchdown, Irish. And he converts the extra point. Pittman gets set to kick this one away. He kicks it off, and he got all of that one. He's to the 10. Makes it out to maybe the 19-yard line. Rice's play so far in this football game, he's really the definition of just being a solid competitor every week.
Yeah, I mean, you and I have been watching him, and just every week he has impressed us. And then to be able to sit down and talk with him, I think that's the thing that really I took away from our meeting is not just is this guy a talented player, but how competitive he is. And we've seen that again in this football game. This is competitive spirit, leading this team, and up to this point, just a flawless performance.
That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 19-yard line, 2nd down. Here's an opening. He's out to the 30, and he's shoved out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
Call the game of 16 yards. First down.
Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts. He wants it all. Drops it.
Right, the intended receiver on the play. That makes it 2nd and 10.
From their own 35-yard line, 2nd down. Gets it. He's in space. Tackle at the 45.
That makes it 1st and 10.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Pulls it in, and that's a first down. That's a great tackle at the 30.
15 yards. First down.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Throws it out right to the running back. And he's tackled at the 24.
Gain of 6 on the play. That'll make it 2nd and 4.
So it's 2nd down now, and they need about 4 yards to pick up the first.
Let's go, defense. Let's go, defense.
Got a man. Watch out here. Big play there, and now they're looking at 1st and goal.
That's good for a gain of 16 yards. That makes it 1st and goal.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
Straight ahead on the give, and there's nowhere to run.
That brings it 2nd and goal.
This is the 9th play of this drive.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
And he is drilled at the 3.
Good for a gain of 6 yards. That makes it 3rd and goal.
So here we go. It's 3rd and goal from the 3-yard line.
Easy. Kill. Mike 56.
They're not done yet. And he tacks on the extra point. So a 10-play, 79-yard drive, and they add 7 points to the scoreboard. Looks like they're ready for the kick. Sends it sailing downfield. This one's going to be down in the end zone for a touchback.
I was really impressed with their last series. They came out with a focus on the passing game, and the offense got the job done. We'll see if they have the same strategy here.
And they hit him in the backfield.
Called a loss of 4 yards on the play. That makes it 2nd and 14.
From their own 21-yard line. 2nd down. They come out in a 5-wide set. Throws a strike over the middle. And he's level at the 25.
That brings us 3rd and 10.
Let's go.
Quick strike to the receiver. He's taken down at the 38.
That was a nicely thrown ball with some arc on it. He's a very precise passer, and he makes it look easier than it is.
From their own 38-yard line. 1st down. Passing into coverage, and this one's going to be picked off. They'll bring him down at the 47. They come out in an empty backfield. Throws it out, and it falls incomplete. That one sailed on him.
He wanted his receiver, but I think that may have slipped out of his hands.
Makes it 2nd and 10.
Second down, 10 to go. Ball on the 47.
Kill. 26 Mike.
Caught with room to work. Brought down at the 36-yard line.
Mitchell makes the tackle at the 36-yard line. That makes it 1st and 10.
26 Mike. Kill.
Fires in a hurry. Interception.
Safety always seems to be in the right place at the right time. It's no surprise that he comes up with the interception here.
It's 1st and 10. Ball on the 25. Scrambling around. And he hits him hard at the 34.
That's a deep number. That makes it 2nd and 2.
Switch, switch, switch. Slam, slam, slam. Go. 629. 629.
It's not over yet, folks. We head to the 4th quarter. Notre Dame's in front by 14. All right, we're just about set to start action here again in the 4th quarter.
Hey, alert 3, alert 3.
They'll line up with 5 wide receivers. He's gobbled up in the backfield.
That is a loss of 3 yards. 3rd down.
It's 3rd and 5. Ball on their own 31. They spread the field in the gun with 5 wide receivers.
Hey, go. 13. Status of the guard. Hey, I need one over here. I need one. Hey, go.
And he's knocked down immediately after the catch.
Really a nicely thrown ball and a good job by the receiver to run right under it.
First down, 10 yards to go. Ball on the 42.
Watch the safety creep.
He's tackled around the 40-yard line. Tackled after a decent run up the gut.
That brings him 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5. Ball on the 35. 5 wide. They'll wrestle him down in the backfield.
Well, the defensive line got such a good push up front that there was no one on the offense to account for the linebacker. And he got through almost untouched.
Here's the 8th play of the series.
Here's the line. 3rd and 2, 3rd and 2. Slam. Switch, switch, switch. Go.
And a nice catch there before he stepped out of bounds. And this is the 9th play of the current drive.
Switch, switch, switch. Shoot, go. 54.
Touchdown, Notre Dame! And he adds the extra point. Let's get the latest now from Reese Davis.
The Bears were ranked number 6. They hope that performance will move them up in the polls. And for Baylor, they've won 2 straight.
Nice kick, plenty of distance. He's to the 10. Across the 30. And they finally tackle him at the 44-yard line. And for Rivera, it has not been an easy ride in this one.
He's made a lot of mistakes up to this point. But you know what? He's got a track record. And I believe personally in watching him that he has the ability to turn this game around and to finally get into his rhythm and get this offense going.
Catches it, and he's looking for more. He's pushed out of bounds around the 41-yard line.
That makes it first and 10.
Deep ball, laying it out there. He's got it. Touchdown, FSU. He splits the uprights with the extra point. A quick two-play, 56-yard drive, and they put up 7 points. They line up to kick this one away. He really got a hold of that kick. And it goes into the end zone, down for a touchback. Both teams are well aware that a score on this drive is going to create an almost insurmountable lead. This defense has really got to step it up and make a stop. Nice run up the middle. A nice option play. The tailback gets 6 yards before he's brought down. They're about 4 yards away here on second down. And down he goes at the 33. About 2 yards there on that delayed handoff.
That'll bring up 3rd and 2.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Check 4, check 4.
Check 3, check 3.
Check 3, go.
They go back to the run, and he'll be stopped in the backfield.
No gain on the play. 4th down.
Corbett is back to receive.
36-yard punt. Out of bounds at the 31-yard line.
And for Rivera, he's had a rough outing this afternoon.
Well, I think even though he's a senior quarterback, you're still going to have games like this. The most important thing is he's got some experience to fall back on to realize that, hey, I can still get through this game and still be successful despite these mistakes.
The quarterback in the gun, empty backfield, 5 wide receivers in the formation. He chucks it downfield. He led his wide receiver too far to the outside.
Yeah, he just had to pull the string a little bit more there.
So the referee is going to take a look at several angles. Now remember, he's seeing the same thing we are, and he needs indisputable video evidence to overturn the call.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Well, they get it right after the review. They call it a catch, and play will continue. First down, 10 to go. Ball on the 40.
Mike 56, Mike 56.
And he tackles him hard at the 48. Less than 3 minutes in the game. And they make the stop at about the 41.
Sims brings him down at the 41-yard line. That makes it 3rd and 11.
They'll spread the field with 5 wide. And he's taken down around the 25-yard line.
First down.
Here we go, here we go.
26, Mike, 26, Mike. Easy, 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 kill, kill. Cheetah, cheetah. Easy, 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 kill, kill.
Here they come. They bring him down.
Loss of 14 yards. That will make it 2nd and 9.
They find themselves in a hole here after that sack. It's 2nd and long. So an empty backfield with 5 wide receivers. Strike to his receiver, no good.
Loyalty intended
This is the 8th play of this drive. I don't know if they'll be able to hear his cadence in the midst of all this mayhem. Going deep, lays it out there. In and out of his hands.
The intended receiver on the play. That makes it 4th and long.
So they're going to go for it here. Just over 2 minutes in the game. Going over the middle, intercepted. Game, set, match. That interception's going to do it, partner. Tackle made at the 21-yard line. Florida State's going to take their first time out of the half.
That brings up 2nd and 9.
2nd down and 9 to go. Ball on the 21.
Let's go, let's go.
And he makes it out to about the 21-yard line. The Seminoles use their 2nd timeout.
That'll make it 3rd and 9.
Check three.
He rifles it. That close to being intercepted.
Number 85 was the intended receiver on the play. That'll bring up 4th and 9.
Pittman is waiting for the snap. Brought down at the 45-yard line.
Return for a gain of 10 yards.
And for Rivera, it's been one of those days he'd like to forget.
Well, right now the defense is doing a great job of applying pressure on this quarterback, and I think that's creating the turnover opportunities. Even when this quarterback does have time to throw, I think he feels that pressure because the defense has done such a good job of applying that pressure throughout the game.
And he's throwing long, and he's got a man out there. He goes up, picked off. And that interception essentially ends this game. From their own 26-yard line. First down, a little over a minute in the game. They'll work the left. He's to the 40. And he's shoved out of bounds at the 39-yard line. They'll give it off here. He's at the 30. He's at the 20. He's into the open field. Touchdown, Fighting Irish. He makes the PAT. Time for an update from the studio. Reese, what have you got?
The Wildcats were ranked 24th. Now the loss is likely to knock them out of the polls. This game was tighter than spandex on a sumo wrestler.
And it looks like they're ready for the kickoff. And he got all of this one. Great kick. He's to the 10. Tackle at the 13-yard line. I'm sure the quarterback would love to make amends for that last pick.
The first rule on offense is to take care of the football. These guys need to remember that on this drive.
He heaves it deep. Can't connect.
Your instincts tell you to go for the pick, but you've got to make the best play you can, and sometimes it's just batting the ball away.
They line up at the 13. It's second down. Just over a minute left. Quick strike, and he drops it.
I love to see a confident quarterback, but you don't want to just go back there and put blind faith into your throws. You need a little bit more time to evaluate the coverage before you release the football.
And this crowd is going absolutely crazy.
Well, this secondary has to feel pretty good about locking down the receivers on that drive.
Looks like they've decided to go for it here. Quarterback all by himself in the backfield with 5 wideouts. So the play of the day, 4th and ball game, and the defense comes up with the stop of the day and what will be the win. And we see this offense again after what you, Kirk, called a very physical touchdown drive.
Well, I say that, Brad, because the big hog mollies up front were able to create holes for the running game, and it helped them get the score. Let's see if they can do it again.
That's a loss of 3 yards on the play. That brings up second and goal.
From the 5-yard line, second down. Touchdown, Irish. And he converts the extra point. Notre Dame to kick. He sends this one deep. He's to the 10. He's tackled at the 18-yard line. And for Rivera, it has not been an easy ride in this one.
Well, this is a defense's best opportunity to show what they can do to be able to dominate a football game. And if you're an offense, you might be able to move the ball, but if you're turning the ball over and you're having sacks on every other play, you just can't move the ball.
They get to the quarterback, and now the ball is loose. Notre Dame staff just dancing on the sideline. Their star player came through for them, and they couldn't be happy.
Well, the staff has to feel good. The entire team should feel good. And I know you and I just having a chance to sit back and watch this young man play. Just an outstanding performance and something that this entire team will be able to build on.
That's it for this presentation of NCAA Football 14. For Kirk Street, I'm Brad Nessler saying thanks, and we'll see you soon.